got Lisa Loeb on the line who wants to say hi real fast.
Lisa Loeb.
#1 single.
Lisa, you watch the show?
Sure. Well, I do Best Week Ever on VH1, so there's a lot of stuff that I, take a look at.
Right. Lisa
And
Loeb.
that was one of them.
Hi.
Hi, welcome
Lisa.
to the Opie and Anthony program.
How are y'all doing?
We're doing good.
Very high-spirited show today.
We love her show.
You like the show?
Bonnie and I watch her show all the time.
Do
We
you?
love her show. When she went out with this guy, and he goes, "Don't slide across the seat of my car or something. Sit in."
That guy was an asshole.
Yeah,
I watch the
slide.
show every week, too.
It's a great show.
She showed her hiney, which was just
It's
gorgeous.
This is Rich Voss, last comic standing.
Wow.
It's a great show.
You really like the show?
I'm telling you,
I
just
hate the
told you.
show.
I don't care. I like it.
no.
I really don't like this show.
I do. And
What's the problem?
Well, explain the show, Rich, to everybody.
She goes on different dates. She's trying to find the right relationship. One, she's attractive, all right, and she's Jewish, which is great, okay? This is Rich Voss from Last Comic Standing. And she goes on different dates, but most of the guys are just idiots. She went on one date. The guy was nice, but he was too young for her, right? And it also has her friends on, that one girl that was in the movie with De Niro. What's that girl's name?
Boy, you are really selling this show there, Rich.
What's that?
Ileana Douglas.
Yeah, it's a good show. I
One guy
watched
sang
reality.
her song.
What is it
Did you
about?
see that when
It's
he sang
about-
her song at
yeah.
karaoke?
Lisa Loeb moves to New York to find a man and to get another hit single as well, right, Lisa?
Well, a hit single, that'd be easier than getting a man. No, I'm just kidding.
Really?
No, both of them are long processes. It's
And her mom wants her to get married because she's getting
went
up there.
she's
And
my mom.
Getting up
and
there.
Because she's a nice Jewish mom.
Well, just Lisa Loeb.
Yeah.
37.
Just
You're 37?
life.
Maybe
She's
38
good looking.
now.
She went to the rabbi's house for dinner.
Yes, I did go to Rabbi's house for dinner.
It's kind of like Sex in the City.
It is only.
But the
with
reality,
real people. Yeah.
it's the real version of Sex in the City.
Are you having sex with these guys and reporting back?
Oh my God, there's all kinds of crazy sex, and there's just it's a docu-pic. No, I'm not having it.
No, you're not.
No,
You're going out on like nice dates and stuff, and
Yeah, I'm
kinda
going out on dates and
feeling
then,
them out.
Well, she went on a date with this really, really ridiculously rich guy that had a Rolls Royce or something.
Yeah, he had a crazy car. A friend of mine wanted to set me up with him, and actually it was you might know Jay from Queer Eye. He's the one who's in charge
Rodriguez.
Patrice knows him.
Yeah.
You know Jay? He's one who's more in charge of like what to do when you're out on a date. Culture is what it is, I think. And anyway, Jay hooked me up with that guy.
But you're getting dating advice from a gay guy? That's a little weird.
No, the gay dudes are always giving chicks advice on dating because they can kind of spot what the good guy is supposed to be because they're kind of after the same thing.
Well, on this date, too, if you didn't see this, she was having dessert.
Right.
She was having dessert, and she said to tell the guy to tell her to stop at some point. But if you didn't see her say that, and the guy, when she's having dessert, goes, "Stop, no eating." So if you didn't see the part before, you're going, "This guy's a real ass."
Exactly.
You know, you should see the girl in the studio. Someone should have told her to stop about a year ago. But here's what I'm saying.
Rich.
No,
But that's why I'm involved in this. Like, one of the
He's
parts
just
that-
a one-trick pony with that joke, aren't you?
I love Lisa Loeb.
All right, will you shut up and let her talk?
No, I was just going to say that's one of the reasons that I was able to do this show, because I'm sort of, I mean, I watch reality shows. I think they're really funny and entertaining, but I also know that they change a lot of things when you see the show, and people are put in positions
Yeah.
and say stuff that they would never say, and make them look like idiots. But I just wanted to make sure it looked like what was actually happening. I mean, I also wanted to make sure they weren't shooting my life 24 hours a day. I would never agree to that.
No.
'Cause
Where
that's crazy. But,
embarrassing things like going to the bathroom and stuff.
well, unless there's an issue you might need to know about, that would be okay.
You know, when you watch the show, it looks like you're trying way too hard to get a man.
Why?
Why should you have to try so hard?
Because I'm going on dates. I'm walking out of my house.
But like you're just looking at it way too seriously, and you're too.
I'm 38 next to this weekend.
Well, you come across like you're a bit on the desperate side, and you're a good looking woman. But it's like, oh my God, I need to find a man. And
That's the angle, man.
And if you're going, I think if you're going about it like that, you're never going to find the right person.
Okay, I have a question for you, really quick, and then we can move on. But are you single?
No.
You're not single.
Well, I'm dating someone.
You're dating
and I'm very, very
Did
happy.
you go on a lot of different dates before you found this person?
Yeah, like anyone else.
And did you come across a lot of women who said on the first date, look, I want to have kids and I want to get married?
No.
Eek.
No, did you get that?
No.
Okay, because I've heard a lot of women who go on dates. I've heard it from guys.
High school girls are not, thinking that way.
And they say that stuff, and to me that sounds desperate. When they get right in there and start getting sort of obnoxious and not even just have a couple conversations.
Is that what they're doing? Like trying to spell out a relationship right away?
Because they're in a
so
rush.
compared to that kind of situation, I'm just doing this in the way that I know that my smart friends do it. You try to meet people, you go on dates,
Yeah, a lot
you
of
talk to people, you try to be discerning. If you realize, you know what, they're not so easy to talk to, maybe I shouldn't go on some more dates with them.
Yeah, because
But it looks like you want to get married like tomorrow.
Yeah, she's looking to
Well, I do. I want to have kids tomorrow, but I also don't want to get married just to have kids with somebody that I don't even like.
He's looking for love.
It's the lottery.
And it's also a TV show. It's edited. You don't see like all the time that passes in between all the things that you see. So it's all put together in one thing that's chock full of dates and situations.
And then you go out and you're like too perfect.
Oh,
you got to get a little
terrible.
You got to get a little messy, just a little bit. I'm not talking about a skank look. I'm rough. Mess up your hair slightly, or.
I'm from Dallas. I'm from Dallas.
But you walk out with the latest fashions, and you're just perfect.
Those
Your
are my
makeup's
clothes.
perfect and everything.
Yeah.
I shop at the Gap, but I love you. That's very nice.
It looks like you wouldn't just hang out in like a bar and just throw back shots.
Well, I probably
And get
wouldn't
loose.
do that anyway.
Who's her husband?
But-
What's her husband? What you looking for? Like, what's the main thing you can deal with and the main thing you can't live without?
You're looking for a Jewish guy, right?
That's not the main thing I'm looking for.
No, what is the main thing you're looking for, and what's the main thing that's a no-no?
The main thing I'm looking for is somebody who's kind and loving. Actually, it's hard to say one thing because I want somebody who's kind and loving, who's ready to get into a serious relationship, who's single. They should be single. That'd be a good thing.
You haven't met him yet?
I've met a lot of those people, but then there also has to be some kind of chemistry.
Right.
You know.
Well, you know there's no single guys out there, right, Lisa?
Where'd you hear that?
Here he goes. He's an expert, by the way. Patrice O'Neill is an expert.
I'm sorry. No,
He's got his own radio show on relationships.
I'm just saying, Lisa, there are no single guys. When you meet them, there's about 10 other women. So you just have to have enough patience to weed them out. You have to be competitive with those other 9 that are hanging around.
Game. It's just, you meet people. It's like when you're a kid and you're picking your teams and you say, I like that person. You put them on your team.
Oh, it's really
and then you see if it works out.
Well, yeah. All right, 37.
I'll tell you
Good
what.
luck to you.
Well, I know. It's like, why look at it in such a negative way?
Well, because that's the truth way.
My sister Debbie and I talk about it all the time. They say, there's no single men left, blah, 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 blah.
There aren't.
If I was single.
Well, then who are like the 20 people who have been emailing me and calling me?
The ones that want to sleep with you, Lisa, because I'm looking at you and I'll email you too and lie. Because you're hot.
And then I will read you and say, no, but maybe that's really nice. You'd like to sleep with me. And then maybe we talk. Maybe I'd want to sleep with you and we'd be set. And we actually end up liking talking to each other.
Yeah, see? There you go. You never know.
You never know.
Ante up first. That's what it is. You
Ante up.
You got to ante up.
I got to bring up an episode that just really pissed me off, Lisa.
Please do.
All right, so you're dating all these guys in New York, right? And there's a new thing in the dating scene where you do like chores together. What is it called? Or
yeah, that was funny. Errand date.
Errand date.
Yeah, so instead of doing the regular date, maybe dinner and a movie, whatever, this new thing is happening where if you're dating, you do chores together, basically. Like, hey, I need containers and you need containers.
Yeah, you do.
So they went. So she went on a date to the Container Store, right, Lisa?
The Container Store.
And this is where I'm like, holy crap! You pissed me off so bad.
Why?
So it's the end of the quote errand date, the chore date at the Container Store.
Yeah.
And she buys containers that were how much?
$200.
It was close to $300.
$300. Guess who paid for her containers?
No
they
way.
were on a date.
No way. The guy?
Yes, because they were on a date.
And why do you
Guy's
think he
supposed to
did
pay.
that? Why do you think he did that, Lisa? Because he was a lovely guy?
He had stocking containers.
No, because he wanted to pay for me. He was mad at the last date I paid for him, and he thought that was really...
Yeah, but paying for a date like dinner or something is one thing. Paying for a shopping spree.
Why didn't you go to the shoe store?
And do you know what happened on the next show?
You gave the money.
Date?
Huh?
Do you know what happened on the next date where I saw him?
What?
I told him that I thought he was a little young, even though I really liked him, and I gave him $300 in cash and said that was ridiculous that he had paid for my stuff.
Oh,
but
see?
I think someone got
I
to her
think
and
it's
said,
ridiculous.
look,
I was talking to my friends because that's the thing.
I don't know. I think someone got to you and said, you're looking really bad, man. You better give this money back.
She had to get that money back because she bought her way out of possibly this guy going, hey, look, that's what women do. You buy him a drink, and if they think that, you know, she has to give him his money or buy him a drink, too, because that's like a ownership kind of thing. So he probably thought $300. That was about how much 37-year-old Coochie's worth. Yeah, give me
Lisa Loeb.
Yeah, that's
an interesting concept. But what my deal was that I'm an independent person. You know, I make a living, and I'm used to paying for whatever needs to be paid for. You know.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. And I was doing a lot of things on dates. As a person and a lot of women will relate to this, people who have jobs, careers. It's not like I'm looking for some guy. I mean, it would be nice to have some guy who could help contribute and be a partner, but I'm not looking for some guy who's going to be my sugar daddy, and that's that.
It was just weird that you allowed him to...
I was trying to let him do his thing. He was the one who wanted to go on the errand, and I thought, all right.
When he was pulling out the credit card on the show, he was like, I can't... She's actually going to let me pay.
I know, he was doing it real slow.
Real slow. Like, I don't have this kind of money.
I'm not going with this bitch on a date to the car lot.
And then he asked me out again, and I was like, this is ridiculous. This guy, he can't afford this. This is crazy. He's a sweet guy. He's got a business that he started. He's in a regular job, but he also has another business he's starting. And I don't feel good about this. In other dates, I would be paying half. If it was something really over the top, if it's buying junk for my house, unless he has like some specific gift he was giving me, which would have been really nice and totally unexpected, he shouldn't be buying that stuff. I totally agree with you. Are you kidding me?
It just looks so bad on TV.
Would you go on a date with me? I'm married, but just to see if we would have hit it off. You know, I would do that just because I think.
By the way, the phones. Everybody wants to go out.
No, but I look at her because I'm a Jew, but I'm not your typical Jew. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm not, you know, like real yentiv, and I'm not cheap, and you know, I'm kind of like a tougher type guy. But I think we would get along.
Are you kidding?
And I think. Right? But I'm married, and I don't think
you're married is like one of the #1 things that is a no.
Yeah, that's probably a biggie right about now,
and your slobber is a close second, motherfucker.
Surprise! I don't want to date someone
I don't
who's
think
married.
Lisa Loeb is in the situation now where she can sit back and wait for the guy to leave his wife.
Well, no, I just have lunch and see if we would have hit it off.
And Lisa, you live in just a different world as far as New York goes, because the other show was where you went to, I guess it was a club, and it was a dog date.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
What the hell is going on with dates, with these thematic dates? Can't people just go out?
And I got to admit,
this can, but, you know, we're making a TV show. And so,
I hear
no,
you.
but this is, you know, she's making a TV show. I understand.
We take things one step further. Like, I went with Ileana to the dog run. She wanted me to go to the dog run because she said, you meet people at the dog run, which you do. Immediately some guy got my number.
I'll help you out here, Lisa.
And so I was like, okay, I'll go to the dog thing. Plus, a friend of ours, Yana, makes these hilarious clothes for dogs that match people clothes, and I'm into that kind of weird thematic clothing every once in a while when I'm not wearing all black. So we went to the dog party, and there were some interesting people there, for sure.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make, because obviously you're making good TV, I could tell you were like, what is this about? So you went along with it for the show. But what amazes me is that people are actually doing this, trying to find, you know, somebody to love.
You have to make an effort.
Their dogs and their pets.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I truly believe this, and I hope I'm not offending anybody who I'm about to go on a date with later this week. But it's important to get to the date early. You got to get out. A lot of people have stopped trying, and they don't even leave their house or their apartment, and they think they're in. Maybe they'll meet, like, the pizza delivery guy. I don't know. We all love pizza. But another good way to meet people is the first step is to leave the house. So even if that means leaving to do something that's not 100% what you think is a cool thing to do, you might meet somebody. You know, like, I went to a J-date party once, and the bartender was really nice.
What's that?
I didn't go to the J-date party to meet the bartender.
But you know what's the worst when you're on a date, like at a nice romantic dinner?
What if the bartender was a nice fucking guy?
Well, no,
exactly. Then all of a sudden I've met somebody that I didn't plan on meeting. I planned on meeting somebody who attended the party.
Well,
you know, I used to be a DJ and in bands when I was in high school, and I wasn't at the party because I was the DJ in the.
Would you allow yourself to fall in love with a guy that has a basic career and no money?
If he is really hardworking and excited about what he does, and has things that he wants to do and is
he
excited
can
about them.
possibly make it bigger than that bum is now. She'll do it.
No,
There's some potential to an upside.
Better,
If that's truly the first part of their life and they're going to continue to grow and to be great at what they're doing, then
Lives in mom's basement, out of the question.
Well, the worst is when you're on a date and you're having a nice dinner and there's like a little kid crying behind you. It's just the worst. That would ruin the show.
That's when you bring your shotgun.
Yeah, I hate when kids are out. They shouldn't be out. I'm going to come out with a book about hating other people's kids.
Final observation about
you have kids?
I have two daughters.
2 daughters, believe it or not.
So you're trying to get away from it.
No, I love my kids, 15 and 13.
Hey, a final observation. You got that older friend in the show? That's like Samantha from Sex and the City?
Ileana?
No.
My friend Stephanie?
Is she a cougar?
Tell her to calm down with the crazy fashions.
She's just got her thing.
All of a sudden she has a sundress on with a bow that's like 4 feet long.
Yeah.
What happened, Rich?
I don't know.
The wire touched my leg and I thought it was like a rat or something.
A rookie.
Single?
Huh?
Or gals? Is anybody there single?
Like dating single?
Jim Norton should be perfect.
Like saying
Jim Norton, but
there's
he's
not
not
a
here.
woman in your life, like not claiming a woman, no. But every guy there's no single guy. Because every day a guy is trying to get a girl.
They're always looking. They're always looking.
Not me.
You should be on the show because we could talk about getting girls and girls getting guys.
You don't get
guys. And then
guys.
at what point do you decide, okay, you know what?
What are you doing to get guys, Lisa, besides just existing? What are you doing to get a man?
She's going on dates. She's finding alternative methods in which to meet guys.
Doing shit but breathing.
She's doing more than breathing. She's doing more than breathing.
She's making a decision on who gets to be with her.
She is doing what she can to find love, Patrice.
To get a man. How do you get a man?
How? She stays in shape. She's
let
pretty.
Lisa talk.
No, people are coming to me, and at the same time, I'm just getting to develop my life. I'm working on things in my career still. I'm working on a new album in the studio.
I
go to the gym. I'm maintaining mentally, spiritually.
I'm maintaining until I find a guy who's worthy of me saying, okay, mister, you have no... All right, forget it.
This is what you'll hear Saturday on Patrice's Love Advice Show.
Yeah, he's got a twisted way of looking at relationships.
There's just nothing. I'm looking at her. She's 37, right? But this picture's so sexy. But this is a picture that should be of a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old. Like, hey, watch out! I'm pulling the little titties are popping out. I still got it, y'all. But you're 37. You got some skills to get. And no offense, I haven't been trashing you.
Wait,
but
I have some skills to what?
But what's she supposed to bring to
Including
the
that
table?
word. What are you talking about?
I'm saying to you, Lisa, you are getting of an age where you have to learn. You're sounding like a 20-year-old going on dates. You're
right?
almost finished. I'm saying you are acting like you are the prize you were back in the day when you wore poodle skirts. Now you're 3 years away from the big retirement age for women, which is 40, and you're walking around like you're making decisions. Whatever. No. Enjoy.
I don't agree with you.
All right, let Lisa talk here.
I'm not.
All right, hold on. Let her talk.
I'm listening to. This is annoying.
Hilarious. No. Wait, this is actually hilarious. I want to know what you're talking about. You're making comments, but I want to know how that can actually apply to me and how can it help me.
It can't apply to you unless you want it to apply. Meaning the fact.
You have to give me some content and information in order for it to apply.
I'm going to give you the context. The context is stop going on these dates.
No, not context. Content with an N.
The content of it. The content of it is stop going on these dates with the idea that it's about you. You're at an age now. It's about a guy.
Right. So what does that mean exactly? Because that doesn't make any sense.
It makes a perfect sense. And the fact that you're just denouncing it, saying it doesn't make sense, doesn't mean it doesn't make sense, Lisa.
So explain to me. Give me a scenario and say this is how that date could have been more about the guy.
Maybe make that decision that instead of like we was talking about if a guy lived in a basement, okay? And how instead of this is what I'm saying, the difference between a man and a woman in this. When a man meets a woman who's a loser, men build that loser up until that girl is his woman. Now, if you go out and you meet a loser, see, you're trying to hit the lottery. You're trying to meet a winner and go, boing, I won.
Right.
But you're not trying to do anything to kind of create something for yourself.
So you want me to change a man? Basically, most men say that is absolutely the wrong idea because men hate to be changed. You don't want to meet somebody and change them. That is the worst situation.
No,
think about it. Men bitch and moan more about anything than women who try to come in and change them.
No,
the ultimate relationship.
I agree with her actually. Yeah.
You notice people's flaws and you notice people's upsides and what's great and what's strange and you accept them.
Well, here's
and you appreciate them. And maybe there's a couple things here and there that you have suggestions for each other. But you want somebody who you can love as they are. A guy does not want you to come.
But you just said you didn't love a guy as he is. If a guy comes in and he's a hard-working plumber, you go, I love this hard-working plumber as long as this motherfucker don't stay one.
See, no, see how terrible that is? You want me to go in there and say, find a guy and make him the right guy.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. Why would I want to do that?
But you're searching for the right guy. That's what my point is. My point is men, we get, like, okay,
no.
Opie's
don't want to be changed. Come on.
I didn't say change a man. I'm saying that men, when we go get a girl, we don't just say, okay. Like, when you don't like us, like, when women go, do you have kids? And you go, yes. And they go, up, check mark, cross mark, you have kids, it's not for me. But when a woman comes in with children, a guy's like, you have kids? And she's like, yes, I have 2 beautiful kids. And you're like, all right, we'll figure out how to work this shit out. You know, I usually don't want
I've done that too.
Excuse me?
People say, I went on a date with a guy, a container store guy, for example, and immediately I knew this guy's too young for me. But I said, you know what? He's a sweet guy. He seems nice. I like his style. His haircut to me is cute. He has a little business that he's starting with making these really cool T-shirts, and he has a whole other business. I know him through a couple of different friends. I'll go on some more dates with him. Maybe he's okay. He's not the exact guy I had in my mind, but I'll try it out. And I give it a chance. But then at a certain point, I realized it's not fair to me to keep dating this guy when it doesn't feel right.
But that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, you got to be open-minded. You can't just shut your brain down. I didn't want to date any musicians, and I just ended up kissing a musician and actor. And this is what I'm saying, Lisa, to you, is that the frustration in, I don't know if it is frustration because you're very career-oriented, but the frustration that women have is that you go out and you meet men, and then you go, I wasn't going to date a musician, but maybe I'll date one now. See, men don't have that option in their life where they go, I wasn't going to date a girl who worked at McDonald's, but now we have to treat the girl at McDonald's the same way we have to treat the girls that have the books and the girls that have, we have to approach them with this idea that we have to create happiness for ourselves. Happiness has to be thrust upon you as a woman. You're waiting for Prince Charming. Happiness, you have to be happy before you can get into a relationship.
But you're not doing anything to create a date for yourself or more for yourself. It's basically this guy has to come in and be this way
right out of the showroom.
Out of the showroom.
We're willing to put some options in the vehicle after we buy.
Well, that's fine. That's great, and I assume that.
No, but
that's what people do for each other when they love each other. You know.
No, it's
they want to impress each other.
But you're
what changes are you willing to make?
I'm willing to. On the religious side, actually, I've developed a lot, and I'm willing to try to celebrate other person's holidays.
Denounce Judaism?
No, I'm still Jewish. I like to raise my kids Jewish, but I was a little more strict about it before.
If a guy said, okay, this weekend I want you to go to the Stress Factory to see Rich Voss, would you go to a concert?
Oh, what a cheap plug. You are the cheesiest son of a bitch.
But I would think about that.
See, here's what Patrice... But Patrice, what you're saying is you want to get a girl... So you're saying, I'll get a girl that's completely has no self-esteem and build her up.
Did I say that?
Yeah, well, you're saying... What are you saying?
You know, Voss, you try to make profound statements in your own fucking mind that has nothing to do with what's just said.
You got a good point there.
You're a fucking idiot.
You got a good point.
You just make up what you want to say because you have it in your fucking mind.
All right, so.
Shut up.
All right, well, let's let Lisa Loeb go before she hates us.
Lisa,
good luck.
Thank you.
Seriously, I'm always interested to hear somebody else's opinion on how they see it.
I'll fix you up. Just call me up or MySpace me. I'll fix you up, Lisa. I'll fix this right up.
Patrice O'Neill from Web Junk 20, matter of fact. There,
I do agree. I think it's so important that you have to be an individual, and you have to have things that you're excited about in your life, and you're always trying to be a better person and learn how to enjoy your life. That makes you a better partner for another person later.
You just got to stay in the game until love hits you between the eyes.
There you go.
That's what happens. You can't put a label on it.
Gotta hit you there.
Till love hits you between the eyes.
That's what I'm saying.
That's good.
With this
but everyone goes out there with
between the eyes is a kill shot.
But everyone goes out there and says, well, you know, she has to be this, and this, and then one day you're just walking on the street or something, and bam, it hits you. And you didn't even know where it came from.
Yeah, out the window.
No guy does that. No guy goes out there like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Guys go out. Here's a date.
You're saying
right?
She's going out there like that.
No, I'm not saying she's going out there. Guys go out and go, all right, I hope I'm going to get some pussy tonight, right?
Right.
Girls go out and go, all right, I hope I meet somebody I want to give some pussy to tonight.
It's a perfect world.
She's always, a woman is always not, they're never hunting, so they're just hoping. Never.
I hunted in my day.
Oh, well. Please.
And then I ate my kill.
You ate your
with chocolate sauce.
I like Lisa though. Lisa's smart, man. She got some shit with her, and she double talks too. And this is not offensive, Lisa. She's like a guy because she double talks very well, where it sounds like, and you go, wait a minute, she didn't say shit.
She did very well against you, Patrice.
That's what I'm saying.
Did very well.
She's very good, but she's like a dude, and that's who she's gonna have to meet. She can't meet this dating guy. She has to meet a complete dick for her that she's enamored with.
Somebody who can deal with that.
Yeah, deal with her. Control. She's a controlling girl. Yeah. You can hear it. She runs shit. She's pretty. So to a 45-year-old guy, she's like fucking. She's the shit, and she can control that. Make him buy. You know, the whole canister thing.
Buy stuff is totally bizarre to me because I buy all my own stuff.
Yeah. But it was control.
But you need a guy. You need a guy that's gonna be like. You need a guy that's gonna be like, I might call you.
Yeah, beat it, Lisa.
Yeah.
No, I will not do that.
Yes, you will.
No, I won't.
If you don't find, you're not going to find happiness until you do it.
I recently took someone out of my cell phone because I didn't want that anymore.
Yeah, because you were scared because he did it for you, and you had a little twinge down between the thighs because you met a guy that had you actually thinking of him. Actually, and you erased his number.
Actually,
you don't call.
There was an episode where the guy was on a cell phone the whole time. You liked him more because I think he wasn't giving you as much attention.
He didn't give a shit about you.
And then when I stopped and thought about it for a second, I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not going to deal with this.
But that was why at first you were more interested in him, I think.
That's your fear of being the woman. That's your fear of nature, because that's your nature, is to be like, look at your man with that big blinky eyes, I love you. I love you, booby. And that's how you really want to be. You can't be Miss Tough #1 single and at the same time love a guy. It ain't going to happen. Really? Why is it going on now, Lisa?
Because I'm still looking.
Yeah, there's a second season that has to be filmed.
I was just going to say. I know how this TV works.
And no offense either, Lisa. I love you.
And #1 OBGYN.
Oh, we're almost done.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I said
I'm sorry.
OBGYN.
And no offense, Lisa. That was exciting, baby.
Listen,
you were excited.
This girl's good looking. She's intelligent. She's going to meet the right person. I'm telling you, I watch the show and I go, if I was single, I guarantee I would try to go out with her.
But that's no fucking big deal for you to say that.
Let's let Lisa go because we want her to call back someday.
Why?
Oh, no, Lisa.
Lisa, I give you a lot of credit, man. We beat you up and you hung right in there.
She's a trooper.
You did all right.
I love her. You like black men, Lisa?
Huh?
Are you racist?
That's so early. I just woke up.
No, you did great.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Lisa.
We'll talk to y'all soon.
This picture's delicious.
It's on the E! channel. It's #1 single with Lisa Loeb.
Right. Oh, and I have a new album out. The very best of Lisa Loeb. You gotta say that.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, the very best of Lisa Loeb.
What, does the song stay on there 18 times?
It is.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Opie.
It's a bunch of remixes.
It is. What happened is every date on the show reinterpreted the song, and
there you go.
No, it's not. It's a bunch of other songs. Some you heard on the radio, some you have not heard on the radio.
All right, Lisa. Thanks for being a good sport today.
Thanks, you guys.
All right, it's Lisa Loeb, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
Cool.
Hey, Lisa was pretty cool.
She's cool.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
She took your shit, Patrice.
She's a good girl.
Dishing that misogynistic ass out of your mouth.
And you know what? And it always, you can't beat nature. You can't beat it. I'm not trying to say, hey, this is my fit. You cannot beat nature.
That's why people are going to listen to your show. You whittle things down to a primal level that is so primitive and just, here's men, here's women, and if you don't agree with me, go fuck yourself. There's no nuance. There's no exceptions to rules. You have relationships figured out like a mathematical problem that is exact. It is done. There's no art to it. There's no form. It's
It's math.
That's what I love about you.
It's what sharks do. They swim, and if there's a baby floating, it eats it.
Yeah.
You can't go, oh, that shark, he should be taken for psychological evaluation. He is what he is.
Maybe the shark's looking for something else in the foot. No, he's looking to eat.
Is looking to eat.
Right.
This girl is like as sexy as she is, as smart and as quick as she is. She does not want a guy that fucking,
You can't love until you love yourself.
She doesn't need a guy who'll buy her bowls. She needs a guy to go, $300 bowls, bitch. I'm going to put this on your head.
Where's the Lisa Loeb greatest hits, by the way? I've been in radio for 20-some-odd years, man. I can't find a second.
I think Lisa Loeb has more songs.
Maybe
there's 18 tracks on this. I see
she's
Stay.
a funny girl. Maybe that was a joke.
And she burns Stay in the middle of the greatest hits.
Is that the greatest hits right there?
It's the 10th track is Stay.
Opie, maybe it was a joke, because she's a funny chick, so maybe that was a joke that she put greatest hits.
The very best of Lisa Loeb.
Why don't you try to fix her up with Norton? That would be a great date.
Yeah, that'd be great. A little bukkake on those glasses. Wonderful.
The Lilith Fair.
Ain't gonna happen.
She was huge on the Lilith Fair.
Remember the Lilith Fair?
All right, why don't we take a break?